buena está la fiesta, mamá. Ay, arrímate pa' acá, nene. La gente va llegando al bar.
Hi, this is Karen from End IBS Naturally, and today I'm joined by Adrian Stokes, corrective rehabilitation exercise specialist and neuromuscular therapist. And today Adrian's going to be sharing with us the link between IBS, back, neck and shoulder pain. So Adrian, I'm of the belief that food sensitivities can create pain in the physical body.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so would you share with us today how food can actually stimulate things like back, neck and shoulder pain? How can that happen?
Absolutely. There are a few ways, well actually there's numerous ways, but one of the easiest ways to know this is that eating the wrong food, so for example if you're sensitive to a food or have an intolerance to a food like dairy or gluten or soy, if that creates inflammation in the internal organs, that can create pain. And pain in the internal organs actually refers out to different areas of the body. So for example, the heart will refer to the left arm. So people that suffer from angina or if they had a heart attack will grip their left arm.
Okay.
So often when people have foods they shouldn't eat, they might get constipated and backed up, and constipation can create pain in the large intestine, and that can refer to the lower back, for example.
Okay, so let's talk about the back then,
Sure.
since you've touched on it already. So if someone was experiencing a lot of IBS bloating and cramping,
Yeah.
what would be happening to cause back pain? How is that linked?
Okay. So basically, if you have inflammation in the internal organs, okay, what happens is that the internal organs are fed by the same nerves that feed the muscles. Okay, but internal organs are much more important for survival than muscles are. Okay, so they're on a priority over muscles. So anything that's in direct competition with the internal organs of digestion, those muscles will get shut down. So if you've eaten something that's creating inflammation and pain, the muscles maybe to the back or to the core or that stabilize the pelvis or the spine can get shut down or inhibited, and that can create instability in those structures and can lead to injury and over time wear and tear and pain syndromes and pathologies from there.
So are you saying there's a natural link between the digestive system and the back? It's kind of all linked together. Is that what you're saying?
100%.
Okay. Kind of a bit like a corset effect, sort of front linking to back?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's all connected physically as well. So the core, as people call it, includes like the diaphragm.
Yeah.
And the diaphragm attaches to so many structures like the liver, the large intestine, the stomach, even the heart. So all those structures have an effect, all very, very much intimately linked.
Okay, so how about neck and shoulder pain? Okay, a few weeks ago, Adrian basically pretty much sort of diagnosed an issue that I had with my neck. So I had severe pain in my neck and restricted movement, and you tracked that, didn't you, back to a meal the previous day and a food that I'd eaten that actually created an allergic reaction. So how is that possible that something that starts all the way down here in the gut can manifest the physical pain up here in the neck?
Okay. First off, we need to decipher whether that pain in the neck was actually me or the food that you ate, but it was actually the food that she ate, because I'm just too nice to cause you a pain in the neck.
Okay.
So basically, what happens is that when you eat foods that create stress, and sometimes this can be emotional stress or other stresses in the body, certain muscles become very excited and just tighten up. Okay, neck muscles are one of those very muscles. There are others in the body as well, but they can get triggered very quickly. So for example, I'll give you the long words, upper trapezius and levator scapula. They're muscles that will, if you work on one side, will turn your head that way, and if you work on that side that way, and other things. But those muscles in Karen had basically tightened up. Now, they have the ability to turn the head like this, and they can cause subluxations in the neck. Okay, But that can create headaches as well. And when a muscle is consistently tight, will create pain as well, and can create trigger points in the muscle too, which can refer out anywhere around this area.
Okay. So basically what we've learnt so far is that back, neck and shoulder pain can definitely be triggered by sensitivities towards foods. Yeah, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's say that some of the people out there are watching this and they're having this reoccurrent back, neck or shoulder pain. Okay, and the pain tends to come and go, so we know it's not necessarily a structural issue.
Right.
It's more likely to be emotional or food orientated because it comes and goes.
Okay.
Correct? What 3 quick, simple tips could you give people watching today to help reduce that pain?
Okay. Definitely hydration is real key. But correct hydration. So, for example, I have water here with sea salt in it. That's really, really good for helping muscles to relax and to take down inflammation as well, and to help calm the adrenal glands. I've had this with a client who had shoulder pain. Literally just introducing water, salt water, was amazing. Just had a fantastic effect on his shoulder.
And how much sea salt for a glass like that? So it's about half a litre. Just under maybe. How much sea salt would you recommend in a glass like that?
I'd probably put about 1/2 to 3/4 teaspoon of salt in that.
Wow, that's a lot of salt.
Yeah, that's just me personally. So if that tastes too much for you, then maybe just reduce it down.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all personal. It's all individual.
So yeah, so maybe start with a pinch and basically titrate up and gradually increase. And if it's tasting too salty, it's a good indication that there's too much salt in there for you at this present time. If you want to learn more about correct hydration and using sea salt for therapeutic purposes, you can get a copy of my book Meals That Heal, and there's a chapter in there on sea salt and hydration. Okay, tip number two.
Tip number two would be broth. Definitely, it's the elixir of life, and everybody should be drinking broth because it's just the best thing. I mean, I could go on for hours about how good broth is, but just check out Karen's book, go onto her website. There's an amazing recipe on there, I believe.
Yep, there's a free recipe on the End IBS Naturally website.
Yeah.
So why is broth specifically good for pain in the neck, back and shoulder coming from food sensitivities?
Okay, so broth is really good for helping to heal the gut. Okay, so when you heal the gut, you don't have pain in the gut. If that's what's causing the problem in your neck or your shoulder or your back, then you're going to eliminate that problem at the root cause.
Okay, and remember Adrian also shared with us that when you have inflammation in the gut, that can actually switch off muscles in the back, causing low back pain. So broth, which is made from organic bones like beef bones or chicken carcasses, basically is anti-inflammatory. Okay, tip number 3.
Tip number 3. Okay, tip number 3 I would say is breathing. Okay, respiration. So it might not be a nutritional tip, but it is, because oxygen is the most important nutrient in the body. Okay, because without oxygen you have probably what, a minute, 2 minutes to live. Okay, or 3 if you can dive well. But correct breathing really does help to lessen the stress on the body. Okay, when you breathe correctly, you help pump the internal organs. Okay, so you help digestion and elimination through correct breathing as well. The benefits of correct breathing are numerous and in ways that you couldn't even imagine half of them. So that's definitely, I probably would say actually my biggest tip, if anything, is diaphragmatic breathing. It's one of the first things I look at with any client who has a pain syndrome.
So when somebody's stressed, which part of their body would they be breathing from? Could you sort of show us?
So from the chest, they would probably be like that, breathing more up into the chest, which overworks the neck muscles, okay, and doesn't doesn't use the diaphragm as much as it should.
And where is the diaphragm?
Diaphragm goes all the way around the ribs, all the way around here to the spine, and the diaphragm is a little bit like a marathon runner, okay. and these muscles in the neck are like 100-meter runners, and breathing is a marathon. Okay, so what you're trying to do when you're breathing up here incorrectly is you're trying to get like 100-meter runners to run marathons. They're going to get injured, they're going to get trigger points, and you're going to get pain. So correct breathing will ease the neck muscles in the neck out and help you breathe from the diaphragm, which then pumps the organs as well.
Okay. And if anybody does anything like yoga or Tai Chi, Qigong, Pilates, those sorts of things, or even sort of meditation, you are taught to breathe diaphragmatically. It's basically from the tummy first, and because it's relaxing, it actually helps to reduce stress hormones in the body. So not only is it going to make you feel less stress, it's going to reduce your pain as well. If you want to learn more about diaphragmatic breathing and the kind of physical aspects of reducing stress, you can jump onto Adrian's website, which is www.healbackpainnaturally.co.uk, and you can also sign up to his newsletter where you get tons of really useful facts and tips. I'm really sorry about my mobile phone, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's really nice to have some input from another expert in the holistic industry. I hope you have found it useful, and leave your feedback. If you'd like to see more videos from me and from other experts, then leave your feedback, and then I know how to best support you in your path to good health. Have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.